Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about more in an ancestral way on how, in our experiences, the ancestral people see the moon in different cultures. We, as Western maybe people, have a really advanced maybe thoughts on what is the moon, checking maybe in the medical community and how it works in our body. But if we are going to speak in an ancestral way, we got to understand that for these original towns and original people, this is a spiritual situation, right? More than just a biology situation. So yeah, we can talk a little bit about that.
Perfect. Yeah, well, like you said, from the scientific point of view, we just have like this idea of the menstrual cycle of being just the process in which we become fertile each time of the month, right? So when the pregnancy doesn't happen, then you bleed because all the things that were prepared for receiving a baby, well, you don't need them anymore, so you just expose them. But when we dig deeper into the concepts, like you said, like more ancestral, this is a time that is very sacred for the woman. Because as we said before in a video before, this is a moment where the woman is in a very slow pace. So she has this time to be with herself, to explore more what's inside her, to observe more attentively the feelings, the thoughts. And it's also like a moment where you're cleansing your body as well, right? So the blood takes away with it the experiences and the feelings and the thoughts that you have gone throughout that previous cycle. And it's a way of also connecting to Mother Earth, right? Because this is more of a visible, let's think about it like with gravity itself, you know? So the blood comes out in this way. And if you're standing up, then it comes out to be given to the earth. So in these traditions, they see it as a moment when the woman have to be very centered, not so much as taking care of others or making like chores of the house or working, but more in tune with herself, you know? What do you think?
Yeah, in this point, I would like to do again, like the emphasis on that this is our personal experiences. Mm, there are a lot of Yahe people, Yahe communities. There are a lot of traditions. There are a lot of things that or thoughts that people have. So this is just our experience. Mm, that reminds me of one time that I went to drink yahe with a Kofan authority, a mayor that is sometimes the learner from the Taitas, right? Um, before I tell the story, I would like to let the girls or the people that is watching us that in my path of the medicine, especially with Yahe, this that we are talking about, it's something that I've been asking myself for a lot of time. Um, I have, yeah, sure. I have been drinking yahe, and I feel one of the more of the biggest questions that I've have had in the past is what is the position of the women in the yahe ceremonies, in the yahe altars, in the yahe prayers, right? So life have brought me to situations and experiences where by myself I have found the answers of what is my truth, right? So yeah, it was at least like 2 years ago when I met this mayor, and I was actually in a point of my life really messy. I was having mental situations going through my life and emotional situations, my relationship situations were like being standing up in just a line and that brought me to go to drink yahe with a community that I was not learning with. I started drinking siona, yahe, and that was the first time that I was going to drink ayahuasca or yahe with another community beside the one that gave me the yahe for the first time. And I was not in my moon. I was just actually going out of the moon, and I remember a lot the words of the mayor that gave us the remedio, um, because he told us, and he was really emphatic, and he said it with an authority tone, like if there is any woman that is here in her moon cycle, please leave the place, and not only not do not drink yahe, but leave the place. And that was really shocking for me. However, I never took it personal or like he's betraying or he's excluding us. No, what I thought, and also because I already had listened to that, is that the Kafan communities are really strict on how they um, do the ceremonies of Yahe. So I already knew that reality, and I took the decision to drink with them. So it was my responsibility to accept and understand that I'm in a different tradition than the one that I was learning with, because with the Siona medicine and with the person that was providing me with the medicine, he and I started to do a process for several months where he and I and maybe two or three people that were not patients, that were people that already walked in the Yahe path for some more years, drank yahe in little ceremonies so I can study by myself the moon cycles. So when I arrived to this mayor and he told us, please leave to the women that are in the moon, um, he said it. I'm going to explain because I don't want to be rude. So that was good because I didn't have to ask. And he said that for their community, there are things that the human cannot move. One of those sacred things are the moon of the women. So they explain we are in a moment where the women are connected to the astral moon. So we don't need to do anything here in Earth that can affect that connection. Yeah, he could do that. So he said that, and he also said a word that until today has me thinking about. And he said, "For the safety of all, please leave." And there were girls that left, but he said that word, "For the safety of all." So that made me think a lot of things like, so are we dangerous in our moon? or is it that he doesn't know how to handle this situation, and putting that with the head could be too much, or what is going on? So, well, that was a really interesting ceremony for me. It was the first time drinking another medicine. But then I had the experience with another Kofan, Taita, one of the sons of the traditions of Yahé, Taita Mario Keta. And it was really funny because when I arrived, I talked with him a little bit. He even allowed me to sing in the ceremony with my guitar. But in the middle of the ceremony, my moon arrived. And that Taita was all the night in the hamaca. So I didn't have the chance to reach to him to tell him, Taita, I'm having my moon. So when the ceremony finished, he was really glad with me in the space. So I asked him how did he feel the ceremony, and he was, no, I feel everything great. Mm, I like your voice. And he actually told me something funny. He told me, I don't really like when women sing in ceremony. I just don't connect with their voices. But I like your voice, and I was really honored because and flattered because he didn't tell me with a rude tone. He just told me, I don't really like the women, but I like your voice. And then I told him like, Taita, I know we're going to do the limpiezas, the energy closure, yeah, cleansing. And I need you to know that my mom arrived, and the face that he did was like no understanding. And I told him, I know that you guys, as your community, is really, really, really careful and really strict about that, but I didn't have the chance to tell you during the ceremony. So I apologize, not because it's something that is bad, but I did apologize because I'm in another territory under other rulers, under other traditions. And for me, it's my responsibility to respect that. So I told him, and he told me, like, okay, that's weird because we really pray for this not to happen. So that was a big message for me that I'm really doing a research on what does the moon mean and what does being a woman in this altar means. Because being part of a community as the Keta community, as the Kofan community, I know they really pray and they work while praying the medicine, and even when they are preparing the medicine to be yahe with the chakruna and the viaji. Um, Once that happened, I know they pray for respect the woman's cycle. So that for me happened, that was a really big message. So yeah, as stories as that, I have a lot. But the only thing that I think I can share with you guys is that there are so many taitas, so many communities, so many places to drink yahe that my invitation is not to fight or not to search. It's more that accepting. Uh, if this taita doesn't want to bring yahe to women in moon, it's okay. It's their uh, tradition. It's their decision. Uh, just look for a place that is not only going to receive you with their arms to you and to your moon, but I know it's a place where you're going to be more free. So we don't have to fight with the world because it doesn't want us to be there, because we have the power to build, to find, and to be part of a place that wants us to be there. So yeah, that's a little bit that I can share.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing those experiences. And I think that um, that is the big message, like respect, um, the cultures and the traditions, but that if in your heart is this longing for working with this medicine specifically, and you are in your moon, or you want to have that ability to work with it in your moon, or even you're traveling from somewhere far away to come and take medicine, and so happens that you're in your moon on the same days as the ceremony, well, then you have to consider that that's a possibility. So it's better that beforehand you find a place that allows you to work with that and not restrict you, because, well, you're not going to, well, I think it's not what you desire, to lose money or time to come and do some work and not getting it done. So look for the places, because there are places like Mar says, and there are titles like like us. Yeah, like what we're trying to build here, and that's actually why we are sharing this with you. Because we want to give women the opportunity to decide. Like Mar said, in those traditions they decide, but it's also your choice. If you want to dig deeper and ask the taita or the person that's mediating the retreat or the ceremony, how do you feel about women on their moon? If I have my moon, will I not be able to drink the medicine? Ask those things beforehand, so that you can make the decision to drink medicine with that person or not. But like I said, the idea of this is that we are studying too. We are learning from the titles that want to serve to women on their moon, that want to let them do the work of taking the medicine when they are on the moon. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we can cut this video, but I would like to do an advance to you guys on the next one, because I would like us to talk on why are we asking these questions, where does that these questions comes from, because that's also it's going to clarify what answers are we looking for. So yeah, that could be.
Thank you.
Thank you.